Yeah, take two. Well, you guys wouldn't know that. This is take one for you, but second time trying to do this video. First time camera glitched out. What we have here is the Winfield Apex Carbon or Carbon Apex. I forget which way it goes. It's a PVD coated black. Of course, you could have got this in a more raw stainless steel look. It was more of like a blasted stainless steel. But the big attraction to this one is, of course, that carbon dial. Yes, very cool carbon dial. I'm being told by the owner that they only made 12 of these. Now, I'm not sure if that's 12 of each colorway or 12 total. I'm not sure, but they're not even on the website now. So I went looking for it. So I will provide a link in the description, but the link is going to be for just Winfield. And you could probably pick up like the MD1 or something. They seem like they do more small batch. You can get this guy right now, the 1941. And they might even do a carbon dial of this one. I can't remember. But this is what I wanted, and I picked it up from them. So even when I ordered it or asked to order it, the owner was like, yeah, I don't have any of those left. I'm like, can you please check? And he checked, and he's like, holy crap, I do have one left. So thankfully, I was able to snag one, and the price is only $445. So definitely under that $500 price point that I like, or used to like, and I don't know if we can still do that $500 thing, guys. We're so far removed from that. I started that like a couple of years ago. So anyway, super happy with my purchase. What we have here is a stainless steel watch, of course. The case width on this, I measure at 40.9 millimeter, so roughly 41. The bezel does overhang a little bit. The bezel is going to land you at 42.2 millimeter. The lug to lug is a 48.7. Do have drilled lugs, signed crown. Thickness 13.4 millimeter flat sapphire crystal. 20 millimeter lug width. And a 6.5 millimeter crown. The dial on this says 200 meter water resist. The case back says 100. So I think it's kind of the same thing with the 1941. I think they actually test the watch to 100 meter, but the specs of the watch give it the clearance to put the 200 meter water resist on it. I don't know if you guys understand how some of that works. Like, just because a watch says 200 meter water resist on it doesn't mean that it's been tested to that. It just means that the specs of the watch will give it 200 meter water resist. With Winfield, they actually test them at 100 meters. So yes, they're spec'd at 200, but they actually physically test each watch at 100. Not only that, this particular watch also, you can see there, has the shock and magnetic resistance. So this does have like a soft iron Faraday cage in it, I believe. I didn't pull the case back off yet, but I understand that's what's in there. So I will try to show that to you at one point, maybe later on in life when I get the time to pull the case back off. Inside should be the Seiko NH35. You have a nice action on the crown, tube assembly here, nice pop to it, nice wind. And of course, you can go ahead and adjust the time very easily like that, and you can adjust the date as well. Very sturdy watch, for sure. Bezel action, not my favorite, but it's accurate. There's very little play. It's just the audible tone is not my favorite, but it gets the job done. And it's very clearly legible. Like I said, limited edition. They only made 12 of these. Heavy application of Super Luminova C3 on this thing. I believe 6 layers, if I'm not mistaken. In the Winfield, everything's loomed. Just love this colorway. I ended up pairing it up with this strap habit, red camel. The watch came on this fabric blue strap, which I thought was kind of interesting. It has black matching hardware. I thought it was interesting to match the blue with the red, but it almost adds a kind of like a subtle patriotism look to it, like the red, white, and blue, even though it's not stark white. It did look really good. I just don't like wearing fabric straps. So I instantly put this guy on here. It matches the pop of red at the triangle and the seconds hand. Works for me. So that's what I did. In case you didn't know, I do really like difficult to get or limited edition watches. That's why oftentimes when I show watches that I've actually purchased on this channel, like this one, that oftentimes there's just, you won't be able to get it, sort of thing, unless you look on the secondary market and try to track one down. I apologize for that, but also I kind of don't, because that's just what I like, and I want to share with you guys the watches that I like as well, and this is one of them. This was a personal buy from me. Now, the 1941, the owner was like, hey, can I send this one along too? You do a video on it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would have done that regardless, but I wanted this watch, so I purchased this watch. Now, I'm going to give the lume a quick blast with my UV light, but it isn't really necessary. The studio lights are plenty strong enough to charge this thing to super power levels there. I mean, look at the lume on this thing. It's just incredible. Super legible day or night. Love the carbon dial, which is just fun. It's different. I don't have anything like that. And then the overall aesthetics of the watch, very like Zen 104-ish, if we can just like kind of point that out. That's a great watch. So it's a formula for success with Winfield. I know that there's going to be some new models coming from Winfield, some departure from some of these more angular cases, and I'm looking forward to seeing those watches as well. So check them out. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you on the next vid.